Right, so I'll bring up a photo of where we were last year compared to this year, and the difference is quite dramatic. Bearing in mind most of what you can see here is last year's crops gone to seed. All we really have is some lettuce and Cavallonero from this year. The rest is just, not much going on. We have got some beetroot coming up, clumps of, and we did have our first salad last night, which was amazing. What we've decided to do is try and harvest some of our own seeds, which aside from runner beans we've never done before, so we're going to keep not all but some of this stuff. And what we've realised this year is just it's been phenomenally cold. Seeds have damped off because of that and rotted off. Things that have been direct sown into the ground have, well, come up like this. You can see yellowing, and that's basically a lack of nitrogen, and the reason it's not getting any nitrogen is the soil is too cold. So there isn't much we can do about that, unfortunately. It's just going to be one of those years where better late than never, really. It's certainly warmed up today. What we started doing today is taking out the dead raspberries. That'll leave this space free for some runner beans. I've got one lone one here, I'll move that to the back. We've got some runner beans coming up there, so we might put a wigwam here, wigwam there, maybe another wigwam there. So here's the runner beans, all sown, slightly different stages. So we've got little ones there, big huge ones here. And the reason they've gone so lanky is the lack of sunlight. If it's if you've got stuff looking like that, it's just growing for the light, and because it's been mostly cloudy and cold, we've had things not come up, and then that does come up has gone lanky and yellow. So not much you can do about that, really. I mean, we did think that some of the seeds might not be viable, so Sarah put some in the damp kitchen towel and tried to sprout them like that, and they didn't come up. So I think we've been dealing with a mixture of just awful summer weather and non-viable seeds. But there you go. You can't always get everything right. So I'll crack on getting these remaining raspberries moved, and then we'll get the beans in. Right, there we go. Shall we do the honours and plant the beans?
Yep.
So the reason we've opted for wigwams this year instead of the traditional row is because of the winds. Last year, with the weight of all the beans on it, it finally toppled. So Charles Dowding recommends wigwams as more stable. So anything he says, we will stand by. So hence the wigwams. Sarah's getting the best of what she's grown out. And on top of the cold weather, we've also had 0 rain. So everything's just, that has gone out, it's just been so slow. The Cavalineros that the geese haven't nailed are looking really good. We've got a couple about a foot tall now, actually ready to start picking. What Sarah did learn from Charles as well was that the butternut squash is really a warm weather plant. So much so that he plants his in containers. And that would explain why, despite having a good summer last year, our squashes did well, but the butternut did nothing. So yeah, we won't bother growing that again up here. Betsy's eating the chicken food. Amazing. She'll be so picky about what food she gets. Yeah, show her birdseed or chicken food, she always good to go. You being a good boy? Are you being a good boy? Are you? Are you being a good boy? Hey? You look like you're being a good boy. Oh, yes you are. Muddy nose. So Rachel managed to identify the little shrubs by the chicken coop as snowberry. Well done, Rachel. The roses are looking like they're going to be good this year. Gertrude Jekyll. We don't know what this one is, but smell is amazing. It's got some little white bugs underneath the leaves eating it, but hopefully a bit of water and fairy liquid should get rid of them. I was going to go that way, but I can't. Yeah, the strawberries are in full force right now. Flowering like proper troopers. We've got bees pollinating them. And we've got a lot of fruit starting already. And as you can see, an enormous amount of weeding to keep on top of. Sarah wanted me to show you the barley fields. They're at that point now where the barley's starting to come through, and these hairy tips, slightly purplish. So when you look across the field, there's this beautiful shimmer of purple, and when it's windy, I mean, it just looks amazing. I don't know if the GoPro will pick that up. Last bean going in. Teasing the roots out. backfill and firm press.
Soil's nice and warm.
Jobs are good in. There we have it. As the beans grow up, because of the winds, they're always blown off the cane, so we'll tie them in, let them know where they're supposed to be, and that'll encourage them to grow up the canes and protect them from being whipped around by the wind, because a lot of them last year, they just got the top snapped off and then they just bushed out and went absolutely crazy, so we'll keep an eye on that this year. So Sarah told me that this year there haven't been any swallows, and she told me to come and show you the old nest. And lo and behold, there's some little baby swallows. But yeah, you've got old swallow's nest there, one back there, there's another one in the beans there, one there. So they are about, just not as many of them this year. Whereas the starlings, sparrows and blackbirds, they're all in fine form.